Hey guys, welcome to the next. I'm so excited to bring you this one. It's a 5-second test, what people think you do versus what you actually do. So let's get into it straight away because I'm not going to keep you hanging around and I'm going to get through this as quick as possible because this could be a biggie, okay? Most websites fail within the first 5 seconds. That's either loading times or it's unclear. It's not because they look bad. Your website can look however you want it to do. But if it's unclear and people get confused, then they don't stink around, they forget about it, they can't figure out what they're doing, they leave, they hit back, and then they just find somebody else that explains it all better within the 5 seconds. It tells you the truth about what people think you do, right? Not what you think you are saying to them, if that makes sense. So here's the idea. If someone lands on your homepage and you give them 5 seconds, they should be able to answer 3 questions without guessing. What you do, who is it for, and what should I do next? If they can't answer these questions quickly, you have a clarity problem, not traffic and not sales, because the clarity gives you the sales and the traffic, okay? This happens all the time with businesses that use vague messaging because it feels more premium or more creative. You see headlines all the time like "we build brands that stand out" or "designing the future, a new way to grow." Okay, that's all nice. It sounds amazing, but that could be absolutely bloody anybody. It does not tell your visitor what you actually sell, what the outcome you deliver, and whether you're the right fit. And when your message could fit any other business, it doesn't connect with anybody. It has no meaning. Yeah. So what does instant understanding look like? So, for example, it is a headline that says the job you do and the result you get and in plain language. And it is a sub headline that adds context like who is this for and how you do it. And it is a clear call to action that tells the visitor what to then do next. Okay. For example, I want you to think about your hero section like a shop window. And if your shop window says quality, craft, innovation, nobody knows what you sell, right? But if it says kitchens fitted in 10 days, fully managed and no hidden costs, you instantly know what you get inside and whether that is relevant to you. Here is a simple structure that works across more industries than you can ask for, and it starts with the outcome. So we help X get result without a pain. The added proof or the differentiator underneath then adds one clear next step. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples here. Just right. These are quick. So we create digital experiences, design and build e-commerce websites that turn visitors into customers, or help businesses grow online. We help local service businesses get more inquiries with clear websites, better messaging, and simple booking flows. Or luxury travel refined, tailor-made private journeys for couple and families, planned end-to-end, with honest advice and zero stress. Or marketing, performance-driven marketing. We run Google and Meta ads for e-commerce brands with landing pages built to convert, not just get clicks. You will notice from all of them different variations, they don't try and sound clever. They're trying to be kind of understood. They give clarity what the sounds premium because it removes the effort. And when someone understands immediately, it creates relief, and relief then leads to trust. Now, the second part of the 5-second test is whether your site backs up your claim. Okay? So a strong hero message without support feels like marketing. So that's what I was saying in my last video. If you watched that you've got to sell without actually selling. So this is where the second part comes in. So right under your hero, you need a quick proof. For example, this could be a short line with numbers, a review score, testimonials, like Trustpilot, something with kind of like a real outcome, or 3-step process to show how it works. Another big reason people fail the 5-second test is because they lead themselves instead of the customer. They talk about award-winning, passionate, full service, bespoke, innovation. These words are not proof. They're options Visitors want to know if you understand their situation. This is where empathy comes in. AI can't give you this. And if you have solved it before, and the practical fix is add one line that mirrors your customer's problem. For example, if your website looks great but doesn't bring in inquiries, you are not alone. Or if you're a gym is relying on Instagram DMs to book, you are leaking leads. The simple moment of recognition can help someone on the page long enough to convert. Okay. Also, you've got to kind of be careful with too many call to actions as well, because you can flood your site too much as well. In the hero area, people I've seen people have four buttons before. That creates hesitation. You need one primary action is usually enough, to be fair. But if you want to give a second action, you can do that. So, for example, you can have book a call as a primary and see our work as a secondary. So if you go on mine, you're going to get book a call, see our services or portfolio. Okay. So you've got to you've got to kind of give different opposite things. So like find out more, like, so you're taking them to the stuff that you want them to see, or you can if I've answered your questions, let's book a call, man. Let's talk, So you've got to be careful of that overload. And if you want to run the test properly, do it with real people or not close to your business, not your wife or your son or something like that, or, people within the business. It needs to be somebody that's not, close to the business in any way. Show them your homepage for 5 seconds, then hide it and ask them what the company does, or who it was for, and what they would do next. Do not guide them, don't explain anything, just listen. And if their answers is vague or incorrect, your messaging is not landing. Okay, so it's like that quick split. So, and if you want to self-check it quickly, here is a simple rule for you to remember. If your headline could be used by 10 of your competitors, it's too vague. If your call to actions don't explain what happens next, or it is too weak, and if your hero section does not show proof and it feels like fluff, your goal is to instantly understand, not because people are impatient, not because people are busy. The best websites respect attention. They do not make visitors decode an offer. They don't make everything oblivious, believable, and easy to act on. You're there to sell, okay? And I've said this a few times to some clients as well. You're there to sell, and people get there. They've already kind of converted. They already know you in some way. And if they don't, they've searched the product that they're looking for. So you've got to give them a reason to buy from you. It's not about telling them that you won 27 awards, you're sustainable, all this sort of stuff, because they've figured that out beforehand, because they've seen your marketing. They've probably seen you on your Instagram. And if they haven't, then your meta description tells them before they click on you. Or if they've searched sustainable clothing, they've come to you because you've come up on that search. Does that make sense? So if you want to run the 5-second test style audit on your website, rewrite your hero section into rewrite your hero section into something clear, specific, and build for inquiries. So build it for inquiries. If you're unsure, I do audits where it's just an hour and we can get you thinking about what you're going to do. There's a bit of legwork in between. But if you want me to have a quick look, drop your website below in the comments, e-commerce or what your services are, and then tell me in one line what you want to fix, and I'll try and help you out there and then. If not, like, comment, and subscribe on this video, and there'll be more tips coming. Peace out, guys. It's been a blast. I love you all. See you in the next.